Just getting ready to plant wheat with the John Deere 1910 air cart and the 1860 toolbar at the back. Just a couple comments to look for putting the rolls in. So we just want to make sure it's nice and clean on the inside. We'll sweep that out before we stick the roll in. The roll, just want to make sure we have the cover plates put in. These two are the middle ones, not needed for planting wheat. Sometimes we put some covers in if we're planting 15-inch row beans. So we have the roll slid in. You can see it says top at the top, and we just have to give that a big shove in, and then we give it a turn, and then lock into place. Moving on to the front tank, this is right now we're using fertilizer. Again, the two little plates are in the center too, which is what we want. And again, yeah, we'll just shove in, same as the last one. Filling the back tank with wheat seed, make the auger work. You need to pull that little button there. Important that the air cart is sitting on flat ground, or else it's really hard to maneuver that auger. When we've finished with the filling up the seed, it's important to hang the auger back up in its cradle and reverse the auger. That way you don't end up with a bunch of seed, whether it be wheat or beans, whatever you're planting in the wheat. We just reverse it with the lever up here. So we're at controls in the tractor. The Airseeder is all filled up. We've had the third remote on constant. The third remote is for the fan and the auger, so we have the auger turned off. Just take that third remote, shove it down, and then that kind of lets it freeload. Over to the monitor now, we want to go to setup, air cart, tank meter setup. We have in here, we're going to plant at 6 miles an hour. That seems right. Tank meters, we want to go to calibrate. Front meter, we want to calibrate, so we press the button. We already know we have the black medium roller in there. We have this number. We're going to do a full calibration just to make sure. So we're going to do continue, rear meter. We're at rear meter, do not calibrate. So we're at the set transmission to 50. We're going to install calibration catch pan, which is a little bag. We're going to fill the meters before we calibrate. We want to make sure the meters are full, then we'll empty that pan. We want to get out our hanging scale, which is in the tractor toolbox here. When we hang the scale, we want to make sure we put our catch bag on and zero it before we start trying to catch anything. We have our bag hanging. We just want to remember to turn it on and that the scale is at 0 before we get started. There we have our hanging bag there, that our catchment tray, whatever you want to call it. We've turned it 12 or more times just to make sure the meters are full. Now we're going to turn the meter back, the transmission back to 50, and then we'll do our go back up to the cap and set that as well. So we're back up in the cab. We've done our 12 cranks. We're going to now continue calibration. We say we're going to turn or crank. We'll go back up there and do that. So with the meter transmission set at 50, we've cranked and cranked probably 150 turns. Seems like it lasts forever. So now we take this sample and we weigh it. So our weight, I'm not sure if you can see it, it's 48.1 48.79, which we will break that down. So we're back in the cab. It says we cranked it front meter 24.4 meter revolutions. So we'll press F for continue calibration. It says then key in the product weight for each tank. So front meter, we want to put in our weight, so we press the button. 48.79. We want to make sure that sticks, so we press that again. So we have that in there. We want to continue calibration. So it says recommended transmission setting 54. So we'll press continue. So we're going to go back out and verify. So we'll crank the crank 38 1/3 turns, and we want to do it counterclockwise because that's the same way it goes when we're driving down the field. We'll set it to 54 to verify that. So we're on setup. We've cranked a bunch of times. We have a weight of 23.24, which we're going to go put in the brown box now. We're continuing our calibration. We have the weight of 23.24 at the scale, the revolutions of 10.93. We're going to press continue calibration. We're going to plug in product weight, so 23. We're going to go continue. So it's going to say recommended transmission at 51. Our number, I want to write down that revolutions, pounds per 100 revolutions per row number. So we have those numbers. We need to remember to go back and up that by one setting to make sure we have the transmission set correctly. We're continuing our calibration. We have the weight of 23.24 at the scale, the revolutions of 10.93. We're going to press continue calibration. We're going to plug in product weight, so 23. We're going to go continue. So it's going to say recommended transmission at 51. Our number, I want to write down that revolutions, pounds per 100 revolutions per row number. So we have those numbers. We need to remember to go back and up that by one setting to make sure we have the transmission set correctly. So we've weighed it again. We've done our revolutions. It's 23.04 is the correct number. So we'll go up and